There's so much to be said about manifestation, and there's advice everywhere how to manifest your dream partner, your dream job, your dream house. Anyway, I've decided to put together a 5-step comprehensive guide on how to manifest a specific dream. And it's not an online course that I'm going to advertise. It's not an online course that you have to pay for. It's right here in this video, 5 steps on how to manifest a specific dream. Hello, I'm Elizabeth Hackwood. I'm the Law of Attraction lady. So grab yourself a coffee, get a pen and paper, sit back and relax and enjoy this 5-step guide on how to manifest a specific dream. So step 1 is decide what is it that you want to manifest. What is your dream? Now, it sounds very simple, but in actual fact, there's more to it, because quite often we try to manifest a dream that we don't actually want in our heart of hearts. So for example, I had a friend who was living in Manchester and she was really enjoying her life. She was a bit of a high flyer. She was in the financial services sector and she got an opportunity to move to Hong Kong. But she had to go through this very rigorous process of job interviews to get the position that she sought. And it actually became a bit of a dream for her. She was going to be moved over to Hong Kong as the regional director in her department. And she was so excited about this move and she was definitely going to get this job. And she was also a big believer in the law of attraction and manifestation. And if anyone could manifest anything, it was this girl. But when she got to the final job interview, she actually failed at the final hurdle. And she'd been interviewing with this firm for 6 months. And at the very final hurdle, she couldn't quite grasp what it is that she'd been dreaming for. And what was very interesting is that when I was talking to her about it and she was commiserating because she hadn't got this job, she actually said to me, the weird thing was that I was completely relieved. I was completely delighted that I didn't get offered the job. I said, what? I thought you wanted this job. But she said, no, it's something in my deeper soul knew that I didn't want to move to Hong Kong. And I had just been ignoring it. But it was this huge resistance inside me that prevented me from doing what it took to get that job interview. And in actual fact, she was living with her mother and her mother had become very poorly. And although this was really what she wanted for her job, there was a huge part of her psyche that just didn't want to move to Hong Kong and leave her mother behind. So basically she'd identified this dream goal, but she hadn't gone deep inside herself to see if she really wanted it. So step 1, decide what your dream is, but you have to ascertain if you really want that dream to come to fruition. A lot of people dream of success in business, but they don't want to accept the responsibility that comes with that success. So although they think on the face of it that they really want this dream job opportunity or this promotion, they actually don't. They don't deep down want it because they don't want to take on that extra responsibility. And that creates resistance. And we'll be talking a bit more about resistance in a later step in this program. So step 1, decide what your dream is and be absolutely certain that you want it through and through in your heart of hearts. Step 2, put it out to the universe. Now this part is interesting. A lot of people get this wrong because by putting it out to the universe, that what they say is, I really want to be in a dream relationship, or they say I really want to be a millionaire, or they say I really want to be pregnant. But in actual fact, what you're doing by saying that, by putting it out like that, is you are saying to the universe, it hasn't yet happened. And your energetic vibration is saying to the universe, I am not pregnant. I am not in that dream job. I'm not in that dream relationship. So the vibration is what the universe listens to. The divine matrix and the ether and the energetic power around us is listening to your vibrational frequency, your emotion and your feeling. So when you put it out to the universe, you should be giving thanks that that dream is already manifested in your life. Give thanks that you are already pregnant. Give thanks that you're in that dream job. Get deeply into the feeling of that dream already manifested. And that brings us to step 3, which is raising your vibration to match the vibration of your dream. And not only do you have to match your vibration and get into the feeling of your dream already manifested, you actually have to maintain that vibration throughout the day. Now, this is the hard part, and this is where a lot of people fail. So you'll be saying your affirmations or you'll be writing your script. And in that moment, as you're saying your affirmations, you might be very successful in getting into that vibration and that feeling that your dream is already manifested. The problem is that when you stop saying your affirmations, you go back to your daily routine, your vibration drops again and you start looking at the reality around you and you start to think you're not there, your dream hasn't manifested. And because of that, your vibration drops. Now, this is one of the hardest parts of manifestation, is keeping your average level of vibration up to match the level of your dream. This is also why a lot of people don't necessarily hit the goal they're aiming for, but they come quite close. It's because somehow they did manage to raise their average vibration because of the work they did on themselves, but they did enough to ensure that they raised their vibration to a level that was much closer to their dream life. But if you really want to hit that goal on the head, you've got to get your vibrational level right up there. So when you finish reading your affirmations, or you've finished writing your script, or you've stopped saying your mantras for that time of the day, you must keep that vibration that you reached and maintain that throughout the day. Keep the vision in your mind. Keep imagining what it is that you are trying to manifest. Because if you're not raising your average vibration to match the level of the vibration of your dream, well, you're just going to manifest something down at this level of vibration, which is maybe not what you want. So what it's all about, manifestation, is getting into the feeling and maintaining that feeling throughout the day. And it's very hard to do that. But there are lots of ways that you can raise your vibration. Obviously, saying affirmations, meditating is excellent. Eating a healthy diet is very good for raising your vibration. Exercise, yoga, listening to audio affirmations to reprogram your subconscious, to raise your vibration, to attract more abundance. Emotional freedom techniques, Psych K. There are so many ways that you can raise your vibration. I actually think the best method is listening to audio affirmations as I go to sleep. That's because the affirmations can deeply penetrate your subconscious and start to reprogram the subconscious to believe you are a more abundant person. So step 3 is raising your average vibration and maintaining that vibration throughout the day and throughout the night, so that your average vibration is matching the vibration of the dream you're trying to manifest. Now, step 4 is about blockages and resistance. Now, step 4 can actually be done in front of step 3. It's all part of the process. In fact, they go hand in hand. Whilst you're raising your vibration, you also have to pay attention to blockages. And there are all kinds of blockages that we have because we've been conditioned as we've been brought up. We have limiting beliefs, beliefs that we're not worthy of success, beliefs that we don't deserve success. All those limiting beliefs you have to try and eradicate, and there are lots of different ways of removing limiting beliefs. EFT, emotional freedom techniques, is extremely effective in doing that. So is self-hypnosis, and so is Psych K. But these blockages come in all shapes and forms. There's limiting beliefs, but there's also general resistance, and sometimes it's not always you that's resisting something. It's a tie that you have, an emotional tie that you've got with another person. And another classic resistance that we offer is actually the resistance of desperation. Sometimes we're really trying to manifest some money and we're running out of money in the meantime, and the need for that money has become so urgent that we become incredibly desperate. And desperate is a form of resistance that you really don't want to be putting out to the universe. Resistance in the form of anger, in the form of frustration, all of those things are blockages. You have to just let go of all resistance and all blockages for your dream to come to you. I was once trying to manifest an investment into my startup project, and I was offering up huge resistance because I was desperate. My company had run out of money and I needed some money quick, and I put up all this resistance. Anyway, that's another story that you can check in the link above, or there's a link in the description below. Another form of resistance is doubt. Sometimes you just don't think it's possible. The dream that you're trying to achieve, something puts you off your stride and you start to doubt and you think this isn't going to happen, and that immediately creates resistance. The hardest part of manifestation is transcending the reality you see in front of you. You've got to let go of what you see and stay in the imagination of your dream manifested. And this is why it's so difficult, and this is why so many people fail to manifest, is because they can't transcend the reality. They can't stay in the vibration and the feeling of that dream already manifested. And that's what you have to do. And if you can do that throughout the day and remove all blockages and remove all resistance, then you will manifest your dream. And step 5 is let go. Just be in a receiving mode to accept your dream. And what this really means is that you've raised your vibration, you've removed all resistance, then you've just got to let go and trust the universe. Because what a lot of us do is we raise our vibration, we remove all our blockages, But we start to look at what's happening and we start to think things are not going in the right direction, and we start to dig around, and that creates new resistance to our dream being manifested. So when you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up 1 week later to see if the roots are sprouting. It's the same with your dream. You've planted that seed, just keep watering the seed. Because you've raised your vibration to match the level of your dream, your subconscious will already be motivating you to take the right action to attract that dream. But at the same time, the universe will be delivering people, opportunities, and experiences to help you manifest that dream. So just let go and let the universe take care of the how. Don't be put off if things seem to be going in the wrong direction, because you'll be amazed at what the universe brings into your path in order to manifest that dream. And it's not always the route that you might think it would be. The universe is going to work with your subconscious to give you the path of least resistance to manifest that dream. And sometimes it's not the path that you expect. So don't freak out if things appear to be going wrong, because amazing shifts will start to happen once you've raised your vibration and you consistently match the vibration of your dream. You will start to see amazing things take place and little shifts that you didn't expect. And it's a very exciting process, but you have to let go and just go with the flow. Don't be frustrated if things are not working out. You just have to be patient and receiving. So that's my 5-step guide on how to manifest a specific dream. If you found this helpful, please smash the like button and also consider subscribing to my channel. My channel is all about manifestation, the law of attraction, and how to rewire your subconscious for a better life. To watch my full video on how to reprogram the subconscious, click here, and to watch my latest upload, just click here.